Alrighty guys, how are we? Obviously, massive game this afternoon between Collingwood and Essendon, Anzac Day. Both teams wearing their Anzac jumpers, of course, both of them very nice. I think Collingwood, I don't mind the Essendon one though. Both of them brilliantly looking today, of course. So, pretty wet conditions at the MCG. Massive crowd as you would expect. Essendon have won their last 3 games. Collingwood, obviously the informed team of the competition, top of the ladder. I have tipped them today, but I think Essendon will come up with a good showing. So players starting to move into their positions now. So both teams lining up with their best midfielders. Todd Goldstein, first game of the year. Massive game for him. Massive game on the footy calendar. Big MCG match. Here we go. So from the first bounce down, looks like free kick's been ripped out here. It's going to be going Collingwood's way. Still side bottom gets the free. So side bottom will get the first clearance here for the Pies. Drives it inside the forward 50 towards the one-on-one. Membry 1-2 in his first Anzac Day clash. Just dropped the mark. Pendlebury off to the goey. Inside out a kick on the bounce. Nice looking ball here for the Pies. But Goldstein slaps it towards the boundary line and gets a little bit lucky there. So forward 50 stoppage here for the Pies. Umpire reaps it back into play. Goldstein up against Cameron. Goldstein with the tap. Pendlebury gliding through. Just couldn't take it. McQuarrie. Handball on the outer side. Did okay. Dacos just couldn't pick it up in the wet conditions. Just tapped it to space. Shield got on the boot quickly. Bouncing ball outside the defensive 50 being gathered by Collingwood. Crisp. High ball towards the top of the goal square for Myercheck. Brought it to the ground. Couldn't take it by Pryor. Redmond. Let it go. Threw it away. Dacos looking for the high one. Durham did well to get down low and locked him up. So both teams finding it a little bit difficult to get a good handle on the footy, as you would expect in the conditions. Tap down there by Cameron. Trying to grab it was Roberts. Cameron did well. Pendlebury got a handball away. Got a high one from Goldstein. Play on, says the umpire. A little bit surprising there to Goey. Breaks away from a tackler. Ridley did enough. Put some pressure on him. And it's a free kick. I don't think it is actually. Umpire just put the whistle away at the moment. Couple of free kicks in there, definitely. So if anything, only thing that happened in the end was Essendon get the free kick. So they've worked on the outer side, but Cameron with the intercept. So Collingwood locking inside their forward half early. Cameron wanted to go, just gives the handball out the back to Maynard. Short little ball, nice kick to Nick Dacos. This would be something to start Anzac Day. Brilliant goal, Nick Dacos. You can't leave him alone. He will make you pay. Great finish there from Nick Dacos. He's the informed player of the competition, left all alone at 50, and he's going to make you pay with a great goal there to start things off. Literally 20 metres of space all around him and just finishes nicely. So So back in the middle we go. Cameron with the tap down. Pendlebury got it away, only just. Goldstein gathers it well. Handball out the back to Durham. He'll drive it inside the forward 50 for the first time for the Bombers. Up went Maynard in the conditions. Couldn't take a clean grab at it. Side bottom the same. It spills to space. Josh Dacos got a handball clear. Crisp did well. And now Maynard, just a little fumble in his hands there. Josh Dacos off the ground, did it well. DeGoey. Up and under ball towards the wing. Going back with the flight was Mackay. Couldn't take it. On the ground, Ridley. Shield did it well. And now, another bad handball there from Langford. Gets it back, though. Working against the grain. Goldstein to Shield. Trying to break through a tackle, and he did it well. The kick wasn't so great, though. A skidding ball towards the 50, and Houston clears. Nice kick out wide to Macquarie. Got a lot of space here on this commentary side wing. Works it back inside to Goey. Just holds it up for the moment. He's got Myercheck leading short. He decides to hold up for a moment. Now decides to go in short. Nice kick to Membry. So a good start here for Collingwood. An opportunity here for Tim Membry in his first Anzac Day clash to get his first goal. It's a great start here from the Pies. They have locked it inside their forward half. So now Tim Membry. This is his third club. Started at the Swans, moved to St Kilda, had a very illustrious career. He comes to the Pies now. And great finish from him. He's always been good at the set shot. Tim Membry kicks their second. Just cutting them up at the moment, Collingwood. Great work there from DeGoey, just to wait for the perfect kick, and eventually found it with Membry. So Essendon just need to tighten up a bit here. So back in the middle we go. Cameron with the tap down. Setterfield got the handball away, only as far as Cameron. Dacos feigned a handball on the back, then found his brother in Josh. Long handball, hits up long. Couple of options inside the forward 50, going towards the pocket. Elliott had a hand on it, play on. Got a handball clear, and now McGrath clears it out of the danger zone here for the Bombers. Goes wide, Langford's there, runs out of bounds. And he's called insufficient intent. Are you fucking kidding? It was in front of Kyle Langford. It is pouring down rain, and you pay insufficient intent. Fuck off. That's ridiculous anyway. So Dacos works it back here to Crisp. In fact, it's Lipinski, so he goes back. So Collingwood just trying to find an opening here. Just intercept mark. Just uncontested marks all over the place here for the Pies. Now Josh Dacos runs his full measure. Sends it into the pocket. Couple of flyers here, all Bombers though. And Ben Mackay is the recipient. So handballs it right back to Martin on the last line. Usually a good distributor. Goes to the wide-looking ball over the top of Jones. Crisp should get there first. He beats Perkins to it, and it runs out of bounds just in front of the Essendon interchange gate. So still early doors. Collingwood with the opening 2 goals of the game. Brad Scott just pondering a couple of moves maybe he'll have to make in the next couple of minutes. Throws it back into play, the umpire. Goldstein taps straight to Dersma. Good pick up and gather. Goes for the long ball. Didn't really look. Howe couldn't take the mark. And now Bombers have some numbers. Jones, not a great handball to Peter Wright. Has to go and track it down quickly onto the boot. Didn't really look at where he's going to go. But Kako couldn't take the clean grab. Spills out in front of Perkins. So Essendon, this is their first real opportunity inside their forward 50. So umpires going to reap it back into play. So Peter Wright up against Cameron. Looks like a free kick's going to be on Cameron's way. So Peter Wright, of course, last week kicked 6 goals in a winning performance. You know, match high performance from him. Got his team over the line. So Collingwood looking to go on the outer side. Jeremy Howe. Long ball for Quainer and a 1-on-1. Langford did well. Brought it to ground. They have the numbers here, the Dons. Jones off to Langford. Back against the grain, then drives it long towards right. A 2-on-1! And he's too good. 2 metre Peter takes a good grab. And about 25 metres out straight in front. Shouldn't have too many issues here. That was a perfect kick there from Kyle Langford. Great to see him back in the side. Just starting to build the Bombers. So Peter Wright, great performance last week. 6 goals against the Eagles. He comes in now straight in front. It comes off the side of the boot, but sneaks it in. So the Bombers get there first on Anzac Day. Courtesy of Peter Wright. So a quick little check at the subs, by the way. It looks like it is Jai Menzies for the Bombers, and for Collingwood, it is Lockie Sullivan. So a little bit surprised for Essendon, by the way, that they dropped Del Harley on the weekend, but they've decided to go a little bit more experience. So a great goal there from Peter Wright. Just in the one-on-one. I was up against Darcy Cameron, was of course in the ruck moments ago, but now back in the middle they go. Goldstein, long handball. Durham got his handball smothered by side bottom. Dersma ducking under, trying to look for a high one. Side bottom locks him up. So Zach Merritt yet to have a touch so far. Need to get him into the game. Goldstein with the tap down through the legs of Crisp. Dacos, quick little give over to side bottom. He's about to get tackled. Just got a handball away. Long Dacos to his brother in Josh. Inside handball to go. He wrapped up by Martin. Got rid of the handball just in time. Good tackle from Roberts. Spilled out somehow. Houston off to Perryman. The recruit in his first Anzac Day clash. Sneaks it home. Well, a couple of recruits for the Pies hitting the scoreboard early. Harry Perryman drives it home. Pretty much knew it as soon as it came off the boot, Harry Perryman, that was driving straight through the middle. Pies looking ominous early. One of the oldest sides. I think they're the oldest side in the competition lined up today against one of the youngest. I think Essendon is second youngest team lined up this week. And the experience is shining through early. So back in the middle we go. McStay's second ruck comes in now. Setterfield trying to get rid of the footy. Dacos wraps him up. Got rid of it somehow. Only spills out the side bottom. He'll drive a tumbling ball inside the forward 50. McStay got push. Wasn't paid by the umpire. Myercheck got a handball away. Elliott, little soccer off the ground. Redmond, good gather in the conditions. Just jams it outside the defensive 50 to the one-on-one. Langford couldn't take the mark. Quaynor tapped it towards Frampton. Dropped it. Socket off the ground by Langford inside their forward 50. Quaynor tracks it. Here with Caddy. Did well there, Perryman. Slapped it to the advantage of Dacos, and now Quaynor clears. Short ball to Crisp. Plays on. On the wing here, long towards the one-on-one. Wasn't a great-looking kick, and Redmond cuts it off. Wants to go through the corridor to Goldstein. He's been involved early. Goes with a switching ball out wide to Jones. Just got a tap onto it there. Houston tracking it is Harry Jones. Socketed off the ground inside their forward 50, but Collingwood have their numbers. Howe to Houston, back in the team this week. Wide-looking ball. Just had too much on it there for his teammate. Spills out the back for Lipinski. Got a bit of space to work with. Martin tracks him down, but good work there from Elliott. On the up to Lipinski. Short ball on the lead. Remember, he couldn't take it in the conditions. Zach Reid sees it out. Pretty fast game of footy so far, considering the conditions. Josh Dacos leads all comers on the disposal front with 9 in the opening 10 minutes of the quarter. Doing what his brother loves to do, accumulate the disposal. Goldstein had a little bit of a jumper hold there. Play on. Durham off to Hobbs. He's got Durham over the top. It's where he goes now for the 1-2. Try to tap it on there to Dersma. In fact, it was Jones. Couldn't really gather it in the conditions. Good handball there from Lipinski. Wrapped up. Spills to Gresham. Further back now to Setterfield. Drives it down the wing in hope. Perryman back against the grain. Did nicely. Frampton gives it off now. They can work it through the middle of the ground. Here the Pies. Quaynor takes the mark. So they're going to switch the play here, the Pies. Don't really have a lot of options here. Just going to drive it straight through the middle, 2-on-1. Wasn't a great kick. Martin read it well. Got the spoil away. Side bottom. Did nicely. Hobbs, and then sock it off the ground by Long. Got a bit lucky there. Nick Dacos dodged to pass the tackler. A chance here for his second. And kicks it across the face. Playing a little bit centre forward at the... So Ridley will take the kick in here. So Ridley goes to the wide ball here towards the 2-on-2. Reed out the back, almost dragged it down himself. Handball through to Hobbs. Breaks through a tackler. Setterfield comes back inside, about to get shut down. Got a kick away off the side of his boot. It may work for the Dons here. Dersma on the up. Working it through Perkins. It now jams it on the boot. Was Caddy. Blew his line. Kicked it on the full. So Collingwood will get the free kick here, centre wing. So Josh Dacos will take the free kick here for his 11th touch already. Just accumulating for fun at the moment. He goes to the long ball towards half forward. McStay going back. Goldstein was there. Got a fist onto it and it spills out of bounds. About 60 out here from the Pies goal. So now Wright with the tap down. Spills past Kadagoe, but side bottom, ever dangerous. Low ball inside the forward 50. Just didn't have enough there for Hill. Dangerous still though. And Membry just skids across the turf and out of bounds. So Collingwood again in a dangerous position. They have dominated the early proceedings of this one. Dominating all facets of the game. Now the black and white. Just seems like they can't get into this game here, Essendon. Not enough pressure on the football. Right with the tap down. Straight to Setterfield, but he's turned it over to Steele side bottom, who's been one of their best so far. He's got a couple of options here. Side bottom drives it low. 1-2 Pendlebury. Was he paid the mark? It was. A little bit too easy at the moment here for Collingwood. Great mark there from Pendlebury. So Scott Pendlebury. He comes in now, Scott Pendlebury. He knows everything about this great day, but he just misses an opportunity here to kick his first. If anything, Collingwood really could have put them away in these early parts of this one. They have absolutely dominated the Bombers. So Redmond to take the kick in. Goes out wide. Nice looking ball in the end. Hits up Martin. Doesn't have a lot of options here, Nick Martin. Just works it short. It's got a little bit too much height onto it. And Zach Reed just happy to tap that one out with Houston with the pressure. So we're under 10 minutes to go in this first quarter. It's 14 points, but it feels like a lot more. Looks like that's the first time I've seen Zach Merritt in the frame so far. He's hardly been sighted. He's at this stoppage with a tap down. Lipinski up against him. Right, tapped it out. Did well in the end. Martin, Redmond, here is Merritt. Heard the voice out the back. That was Hobbs. And gets on his right boot. Up the wing he goes. Frampton sitting in the perfect spot. Couldn't take the mark. But he's given the free kick here, Billy Frampton, I believe. He has. I don't know about that call. So Billy Frampton with the free kick here out of wing. Points long. That's where he's going to go. High up and under ball. It's 2-on-2. Mychak was there. Nice little tap on there to Hoskin Elliott. Just couldn't gather it. Merritt. Handball through to Setterfield. He goes with a short little nice ball there to Caddy. So here on the wing, had to get a long way up the ground to get his touch here. Nate Caddy. He's got someone on the over the top. He goes for that kick now for Langford. Went up, couldn't take the mark. Gresham over the top here to Merritt. Quick handball back to Langford. Gathered it well. And then handball to Perkins is too hot. Josh Dacos sees it out. So just outside the forward 50 here for Essendon. I mean, if they can get one here, for all their dominance, Collingwood only would lead by 8 points, but they're still up by the 14 at this moment. Pendlebury, handball over the top, got smothered well by Shield as they knock it out inside their forward 50 here, the Dons. 8:50 still left to go in this first term. Josh Dacos leads all comers on the disposal front. Ever dangerous in that halfback line. Tap down from Cameron. Maynard got the kick away outside the defensive 50. Went up there, Ridley. Couldn't take the mark. McQuarrie off the ground. At centre halfback, Elliott to Houston. Wide handball. Gives it to Frampton. They just work it off of halfback here with ease, the Pies. The kick down the wing. Cut off well. Taken by McGrath. So Andy McGrath just holds it up for the moment. Right on the Anzac Appeal Round logo. He drives it inside the forward 50. Who's going to fly for Essendon? Out the back. Oh, almost took that down there, Caddy. Maynard got the handball away. Turned it over to centre field. Hobbs just takes the contact. Handball forward. Lipinski, real composure. Frampton over to Josh Dacos. Further on to side bottom. About to get shut down by Tursma. Great pressure. That's better from Essendon. But he's given away a high free kick. Just skid it up a little bit, that high free kick, side bottom. Just need to do a bit better there, Dursma. The pressure was there, just got him a little bit over the shoulder. So now side bottom in the driving rain. Kicks it up the wing. Cameron was there, couldn't take the mark long. On the inside, missed to go out to make him go chase it. Did well there, Setterfield with the pressure. Shield goes to ground. Myercheck as well. Martin just breaks through everyone. Kicks it off the ground into Mackay. Long with a great tackle. He should be rewarded. Umpire says play on. Don't know about that. Roberts, McGrath further out wide to Martin. Been their best so far. And now the Bombers on the outer side with Perkins. Doesn't have a lot of options here, Perkins. But he's going to try and make something happen. Great looking ball here for Setterfield. He's been good the last few weeks. He wants to play on now. Inside the centre square. Drives it to the top of the goal square. Collingwood have numbers. Howe was there. Right out of mid-air almost. In fact, it was Caddy. Just couldn't get boot to ball, and it's through for a behind. Great work from Maynard there, scrambling defence. So the kick out wide here from Howe finds McQuarrie. He's got Maynard riding shotgun, decides to run inboard. So drives it up the wing now towards the one-on-one. McStay up against Mackay. McStay did well. Ran onto it. Tapped it towards his advantage, but Roberts, great pick up. Handball forward to Redman. He fumbled. Threw it back to Roberts. Umpire calls for a holding the man. So this will be an Essendon free kick. So Mason Redmond has the free kick. Got a bit lucky there, Essendon. So he just kicks a little short ball up the wing. It's a nice looking ball. Great mark there from Harry Jones. So just holds it up here, right in front of the interchange gates here, Harry Jones. So he sets it up now towards the forward 50. Essendon have the numbers here. Caddy couldn't take it. Crisp sees it out. So there's still really wet conditions at the moment. Don't know when that's going to let up. So throws it into play. Cameron up against right. Right with the tap down in the front there for Nick Dacos. Just sees it out of bounds. So Essendon have just steadied themselves in this contest after Collingwood really dominated the opening 15 minutes. Cameron takes it out of the ruck. Gets the clearance. Very wide looking ball. The ball will just skid towards the boundary line. Tapped out by Ridley. No, Zach Reed, in fact. So Josh Dacos just having a field day at the moment. 13 touches in this first quarter. Wright takes it out of the right. Quick handball. Durham. The Merritt. Tackled without it there for a moment. Play on. Side bottom. Back to Pendlebury. Up and under ball down the wing. Who's going to take the mark? Had hands on it. There was Pryor. Play on. Great work from Myercheck. Quick handball inside the side bottom. Further on to Quaynor. Tapped out of the tackle there from Gresham. And then that's better pressure there from Essendon. Hobbs. Great tackle from Quaynor. They go on the counter here, the Pies. Side bottom. Sends it inside the forward 50. Great mark from Hill. In fact, it was Jamie Elliott. But great work from the Pies. Just when you thought Essendon were breaking away. A clutch tackle there from Isaac Quaynor. Causes the turnover. And Collingwood break inside the forward 50. Jamie Elliott now. So Jamie Elliott. Last year took mark of the year. It was a great mark. A couple of years ago, of course, kicked the winning goal against Essendon. It wasn't Anzac Day, but it was a brilliant kick. Elliott today comes in now. Kicks it out to the left. They've left a couple out there, Collingwood, this opening term. So now Essendon outside their defensive 50. Reid takes the mark. The kick was dreadful though. Two Essendon teammates in front of him. Kicked it in between them to Maynard. Essendon just putting themselves under pressure way too easily at the moment. So Maynard points long. Runs his full measure and sends it inside that forward 50 once again for a flyer. McStay got touched. It's out the back. Dersma happy to just see that through for a rush behind. So Merritt here at half-back. Need to get him into the game at the moment, Zach Merritt. Just feels like it needs a bit of his spark. Goes up the wing towards its one-on-one aggression. Pendlebury almost took the mark. Play on. Kako back against. Good handball there. Caddy, Shield. Back to Kako. Wrapped up by Perryman. Handball cleared but turned it over. But they get it back here, Essendon. They do it well. Jones just takes the contact. Almost turtles himself into cover. And wrapped up by Perryman for a ball up. So we're into red time in this opening term. 15 points the margin. Collingwood have well dominated it. Goldstein with the tap. Shield was there. Hobbs tapped it on. Dacos works it more inboard with a kick on his left boot. What a kick towards Perryman. He gathered it. Did nicely to Houston. He can go inside the forward 50 with a kick. It looks pretty good. Elliott couldn't take the mark. He has an opportunity now though. Redmond goes up against him. McGrath back to Redmond. Their defense has been good so far. Kicks it outside the defensive 50. Caddy just got a little tap onto it. Elliott on the up to Crisp. Now McQuarrie got a huge amount of space. Short ball wasn't paid to 15. So he gives it back to Elliott. Kicks it to the top of the goal square. Who's going to fly? McStay off the ground. Should have picked it up though. Goldstein with the fumble. Handballed back by Jones. And Roberts will clear for Essendon. High up and under ball. 2-on-1. Has to go big here. Caddy, but I think he's marked that there, Houston. Wasn't paid. Ball up. They've done well in this opening term, Essendon, with their scrambling defence, but Collingwood are just too clean. Cameron takes it out of the ruck. High up and under ball. Elliott brings it to the ground. McQuarrie, handball on the inside. Pendlebury, underground, turned it over. Jones wrapped up, just got a handball clear. Roberts tapped it on nicely to Merritt. Clearing ball towards right. In fact, it's Caddy, couldn't take it. Howe worries him out of it. Works back inside. He'll drive it back into the danger zone. Towards a 2-on-1, McStay tapped it to the ground. Goldstein further back here to Dersma. Merritt gets back onto his trusty left boot. The kick wasn't so great though. Turned it back over to Houston. They put themselves under pressure here. Bobby Hill with the push in the back, and he'll get the free kick. So Pryor will get the free kick here in the back pocket. Pretty fair shove in the back for Collingwood fans, as you would expect. Pretty hard done by, they felt. So Jackson Pryor in his first Anzac Day clash as well. Nice looking kick, find Kako. So Kako at half back. Would have been dreaming about this day for a long time. Goes to the inside kick. Now Durham trying to get a handball forward. Quaynor just too good with the tackle. Cow wants to go on the outer side. They've got a lot of space out here, Collingwood. Hoskin Elliott takes the mark, holds up momentarily, then goes forward to Elliott. Minute and a half left, waiting for the perfect option, and then just getting into a nice little pocket of space is Nick Dacos. He's had a lot of opportunities in this opening term, Nick Dacos. He's already hit the scoreboard twice, 1 goal, 1. 6 touches, hasn't had the football as much as his brother, but he's had pretty much the same impact. So with a minute left in this opening term, a chance here to give Collingwood a 21-point lead. Just tougher than a 45-degree angle. Kick from just inside the forward 50. Nick Dacos kicked the opening goal of the day. He comes in now. He's hooked it across the face, just outside, and knocked through for a behind. In fact, it'll be a free kick here to Zach Reid. So Essendon will get the free kick here. Reed goes to the little wide ball. Nice looking kick. Hits up Jones. So with 30 seconds to go in this opening term, Collingwood haven't taken full advantage, you would feel. Jones towards the lead up of right. Couldn't take it. Tapped out of bounds. 20 seconds left in this opening quarter. So throws it back into play. Goldstein with the tap. Crisp racked up. Just got to kick away somehow. Umpire calls for it instead. So final seconds of this opening quarter. Essendon probably feel a little bit okay with the scoreline at the moment. Dacos, quick handball at the back. Pendlebury. Further on, back to Nick Dacos, wrapped up by Shield. Setterfield. Free kick's actually going to go to Nick Dacos here with 3 seconds left. Oh, no, in fact, it's Scotty Pendlebury getting the free kick here. So the quarter time siren sounds now. So there we go, quarter time. Essendon have done pretty well to only be down by 15 points, but it was all Collingwood in that opening quarter. The quarter time scoreline, 3-4-22 to the Pies. They lead by 15 points over Essendon, 1-1-7. All right, let's have a look at the statistics quickly. Bro, thank you. So looking at the opening term, you got Nick Dacos leading all comers on the AFL fantasy front. 8 touches, 2 marks, 2 tackles, 1 goal, 1. Josh Dacos with 13 touches was accumulating for fun in the early proceedings of the game, and still side bottom with the 9. Right now, I'd probably say Nick Dacos. Side bottom with the 3. Nick Dacos with the 2, and Josh Dacos with the 1. If I'm looking at votes at the moment, like for the BR votes for the week, but that's probably just me. It's a great start from Collingwood, of course. They needed to probably put a little bit more on the scoreboard, but I'd say right now they're in the box seat. Hot Pies, yeah, Mansfield Magpies. They've started off brilliantly. If anything, they probably need to put another goal or 2 on the scoreboard, but you can't ask for much more than that in that opening term. You at the game, Mansfield? What is it? Mansfield Magpies. Are you at the game today, man, or are you just watching it from your couch? Watching in the couch, that's fair enough, man. So players are just starting to move back into their position for the second term. So here we go. Second term is about to get underway. Essendon did pretty well to stay close, but here we go. Second term, bounce down. Clearance here from Durham. Drives it inside the forward 50. Towards a 2-on-2. Langford couldn't get there. Maynard smacked it off the ground. And now he can clear it here for the Pies. Wide ball. Smacked away there from Hoskin Elliott. Redmond to Merritt. Goes to the backwards handball here to Reed. And he'll go with a low dart down the wing. Couldn't take the mark there. Spills out to Cameron. Had hands free. Somehow got a handball away to Lipinski. And now Howe sends it high and higher and out of bounds on the fall. Should Scott Pendlebury be captain? Or Darcy? Well, I think it's Nick Dacos because the fact that he's a vice captain. I'm a bit surprised that it wasn't Scott Pendlebury, but, Nick Dacos had a great start. Hobbs sent it inside the forward 50. Wright had hands on it, not paid. Tapped it off the ground somehow. In fact, it was kicked off the ground there by Caddy, but cleared by Crisp. Wide-looking ball here on the commentary side. McGrath just eased Hill under the footy. Takes a good grab. Kick inside to Merritt. Starting to accumulate a bit more in the second quarter. He goes inside. Nice-looking, chiseling ball. Hits up Nick Martin just inside the forward 50. So it's a good start here for Essendon. They have the territory. Now they have a set shot. So Nick Martin, probably been their best player so far. Was brilliant last week against the West Coast Eagles. From just outside 50, Nick Martin drives it high and long and just hits the post. Pretty solid connection there from Nick Martin. Just couldn't get it to sit on the goal side of the post. So Dan Houston will take the kicking duties here for the Pies. He's going to drive this long. Commentary side runs a long way. Just got the kick away in time. Got a bit lucky. Nice mark from Long. Quick handball to Nick Dacos. Further wide to Josh. They work this up nicely here. Crisp. Back to Josh. About to get his 15th touch. Break past the tackle. Goes towards centre half forward. Towards Elliott. Couldn't take the mark. Membry. Breaks past the tackler. Gives it to McStay. Great pressure there from Dersma. Still have the numbers here, the Pies. Maynard. Kick out wide to Lipinski. A little bit shorter there to Elliott. Wasn't paid the 15. He knew it as soon as he grabbed it. Dodge past the tackler. Snaps it towards goal. He's a favourite son, Jamie Elliott. And you can't leave him alone around the goal face. He's just too good. So good work there from Collingwood just to find the free man. Scott Pendlebury should be captain while Darcy Moore is injured. Yeah, I mean, I get that. It's like, I understand. From the tap down, spills to Pendlebury, socketed off the turf towards centre half forward again. Elliott, great pick up in the conditions. Dacos burns off Zach Merritt. Captain against captain! And Nick Dacos just misses. How did he miss that? That was just set up for him that moment. So Essendon just trying to work it outside the defensive 50. Roberts, very wide looking ball. I think it's tracked the line. It hasn't. It's on the full. So Jeremy Howe will take the free kick. So Howe has the footy. About a good 80 out from goal. He directs it. He's going to go high and long. High ball now towards McSay. Got a hand onto it. It spills at the back. McGrath, handballed away. Elliott just got a boot onto it. Didn't go far. Setterfield wrapped up by memory. And we'll have a stoppage. About 20, 25 out here from the Collingwood goal. They're just threatening at the moment, the Pies, to put this game away early in the second quarter. Cameron tap. Pendlebury was there. Setterfield did nicely. Weaved past the tackler, then kicks it outside the defensive area. Wide onto the wing. Caddy was up against Howe. Perryman did well. Handball forward to Dacos. Ran one way, dodged backwards, and eventually to Frampton. Yeah, I thought it was a goal for a moment, but just kicked it to the right-hand side there, Nick Dacos. So Frampton goes back wide to Josh Dacos, who is just accumulating for fun. I think this is his 17th touch. It is. 17 touches. So Josh Dacos directing traffic in front of him and eventually drives it towards the 50. Spoiled to the ground there by Reed. Durham to Setterfield on his left boot. Goes wide to the only hope in Langford. He did okay, but Collingwood just have numbers everywhere. Lipinski back to Howe as an entire acre of space to work into. Kick inside was brilliant to Long. He goes to Pendlebury. Has a lot of space. Goes with a kick inside. Nice ball to Houston. He's probably just too far out to score. However, he's telling everyone to take a moment. Well, this would set the crowd alight. He's in fact going to go wide. Very wide towards Lipinski. Did well there, Langford, to bring it to the ground. Perryman but did well. Handball over the top. Good work from Goldstein. Gresham, Langford, going towards Hobbs and Gresham. Did well to get boots the ball just in time. Have the numbers here, Essendon. Kako went to get away. Frampton tracked him well. Handball further back to Gresham. And now Essendon can work it forward here with Setterfield. Good spoil there from Pendlebury. Did a tap under the back. Did brilliantly now for the Pies. Elliott on the up there to Cameron. Socket off the turf by Hoskin Elliott. Towards the space. Membry, great gather. Great kick and great goal. How do you like that one? Great kick from Tim Membry. The gather, the kick and the goal. All class. Thanks for making these good pictures of intros for your live videos. Oh, that's all right. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I don't mind them. So 15 minutes still to go in this second term, but Collingwood just starting to break away, and they'll get away with the clearance again. Cameron, wide ball here for Crispin, a one-on-one. Jones did well. Crisp keeps it in front of him, trying to dodge past Jones. He does it with ease. Works back inside to side bottom. Been one of their best so far. The low dart inside the forward 50. Reed got in front, brought it down, slung to the turf there with Setterfield by a strong tackle from Long. Looks for a ball up, and eventually they get it. So Collingwood locking it inside once again. Strong tackle there from Long, and then again Elliott jumps over the top. Someone trying to break away from the clearance. Dacos was there up against Durham. Durham did well and sees it out of bounds. So early stage of second quarter, but Collingwood just threatening to take this game straight away from them early. So back into the ruck we go. Cameron had a jumper, held a moment. Now Crisp, further back to side bottom. Handball was smothered by Shield. Goes back towards the Essendon way. Perkins tracks it down with Quaynor. Quaynor did well. Just takes him out of bounds. Escorts him over the boundary line, if you will. Just can't break away at Essendon at the moment. The Collingwood pressure is immense. Essendon just can't find even an inch of space at the moment. Tapped down by Cameron. Shield gathered. Got his kick smothered. Side bottom to Dacos. Shepherd's nicely there. Side bottom gives his mate a little bit of space. Kick inside for McQuarrie. Good spoil by Pryor. Shield just slapped it out of midair. Trying to get some space. A good 40-metre slap if you don't mind. Howe fumbled just a little bit. Cautious there. The kick forward by Perkins. Numbers out the back. Cole Langford with the gather. The kick and the goal. Here come the Bombers. Great work out the back there from Essendon. They got the turnover they needed. And Cole Langford in his first game back kicks a nice goal. All right, I need to take a piss. So for the moment here, Collingwood are on the outer wing. Jones still in play here. He wants to drive it back inside that forward 50 for Dersma. Good work there from Crisp. Takes the front spot, holds it well, took a good mark. He wants to go commentary side. Wide kick was nice. So Collingwood just hold it up here. So for the moment, 13 minutes still to go in this second quarter. Collingwood drive it in front of the MCC members. Taken in front there was Ridley. Couldn't take the mark. Hits the turf. Handball back to Shield. Finds Reed. So he has a few options here, Zach Reed. Nice little ball. Hits up Pryor. He wants the handball. Wants to keep it moving, but just doesn't have many options. So now he directs it long. Still a one-on-one inside the forward 50. Saw the lead of Kako. He slides down. Takes a good mark. And an opportunity here for the kid. Boo / Magpies are the best. So Kako hasn't seen a lot of it so far, but he's the energizer of this team. Went for a bit of an arc, came off the side of the boot, and it takes the mark there, Durham. In the one-on-one against the goalie, pushed him aside, takes a good mark. Kako smiling as he runs off the ground, knows he didn't really mean it, but he'll take it. So Sam Durham, he's up against Nick Dacos in this second quarter. This to get them back in the game. Essendon have got the last two. Essendon make their move. So Essendon got the last two. Pendlebury, he'll get the clearance. Long handball to Nick Dacos. He dodges one way, then another. Merritt, great tackle. He wasn't letting him go. And Zachy Merritt just gives him a push and a shove. You've been going for Collingwood since you were born? Well, I can see that, definitely. So now Merritt drives it inside the forward 50. Standing under it, there was McStay. Couldn't take it. Caddy, handballed back to Shield. He dodges past a couple, parted the seas. Back to Sam Durham for 2 in a minute. Here come the Bombers. They're right back in the hunt. How quickly can this game change? Essendon have kicked the last 3. It was a tumbler. It wasn't a thing of beauty, but it ended up nicely there for Essendon. They've kicked the last 3, courtesy 2 of them from Sam Durham. Such a competitor, this guy. So back in the middle we go again. McStay tried to take it out of there. Shield with a tough bump. Right, tapped it away. Setterfield got past one, got a handball. No, he didn't. Well on their side bottom. Gives the handball to the run of Josh Dacos. He'll run his full measure in the middle of the MCG towards the forward 50, but wasn't read well. Cut off by Ridley. So Ridley in short to Shield. He's got a lot of space here. He runs. Kicks it towards Merritt in a one-on-one. Good mark. He started to lift Zach Merritt. He wants to go inside the forward 50. Peter Wright leading back. Good spoiled by Perryman. Side bottom wrapped up by Hobbs. And this game is just starting to lift. McStay with a tap down. Gresham tried to gather. Ball's trying to get out of there. And another ball up. This game was almost gone in about 10 minutes ago. And Essendon had fought their way back. Langford tried to take it out. Side bottom. Reaps a handball over his shoulder. Elliott turns it over to Ridley. Handball forward. Found a teammate. And now an opportunity here for Essendon to get right back in the game under a goal. Great finish from Archie Perkins. 4 in a row. Where was this 10 minutes ago? The game has opened up and Essendon are right back in it. So throws it back up here, the umpire. Cameron with the tap. Socket out of the midair by Shield. Towards the wing. Side bottom gathered it well. Handball wasn't the greatest to Long. Now Essendon have lifted around the ball as well. Goldstein trying to gather it on his toes. Right overran it. Side bottom gathered. Kick bouncing towards the middle of the ground. Tapped it on was Hoskin Elliott. Myercheck trying to gather, but he couldn't. Did well there, Jones to Shield. He works the handball out wide to Martin. Low darting ball, skidded away. Quaynor out the back. Furthered forward here by DeGoey. He's got a few handball options. Decided to put it on the boot. It was a tumble punt. Good mark there by Redmond. So now Essendon want to go. Goes with a long switch. It's not a very good kick though. Pendlebury cuts it off. He's got a few options on the inside. He works it in now to Long. Long back to Pendlebury. Just time slows down when he's got the footy. Sends it towards the forward 50, but Redmond again. So Redmond, wide looking kick. It's an okay ball. Hits up Perkins. And now Caddy over the top. Couldn't take it there cleanly was Hobbs. He's got an option over the top. Decides to hold up for a moment. Work it back here to Jones. Shield. Little kick over the top. to Gresham. They've got a couple of players here on this open side. One of them's Roberts. That's where he wants to go now, Gresham. He goes a long way back. It's a dangerous looking kick. Did well there, Ridley. And now they can go, the Bombers. Kick out wide to Martin. Usually a good distributor. He looks at his options. Sends it to the top of the goal square for Peter Wright. Got in front. There was Cameron. Ball hits the ground. Kako wraps up Houston. And Essendon, a chance here to take the lead with this forward stoppage. Can you believe this? 10 minutes ago, this game was done in Collingwood's favour. Right with the tap. Houston handball out wide to Degoe. He goes with a clearing ball. It's a bit of a pancake-looking kick. It floats in the air. Goldstein taps it away, but only as far as Macquarie. Boots the ball. Bounces down the wing. Good gather in the conditions. And now they can work it back here, Essendon. Roberts. Further back to Ridley. Even further they go. Looking for the switch now, the Bombers. Good kick to centre half back now. The Bombers hold it up. So now goes with a wide-looking ball to the lead-up of Goldstein. He's been good this afternoon. Side bottom almost gave away the 50. Works the kick back inside to Martin. He's got an option at centre half forward. He finds it. It's Setterfield. He holds it for a moment. He's got an option over the top. He decides to go inside the forward 50. Not a great looking kick. Frampton stood in front. Wright brings it to the ground. It runs outside the defensive 50 here for Collingwood. Dacos off the ground. Gets it to the wing. He's just too quick. Josh Dacos continues to get the territory. Soccers it off the ground. Pryor, who will get there first. Handball inside to Setterfield. And now they can work back the other way here, the Bombers. Perkins takes the mark. So Perkins just holds it up. They just have all the possession at the moment, the Dons. Sends it towards the forward 50 for Wright. Stood in front nicely was Cameron. Wraps up the tackle on Degoe, right on the AFL logo on the 50. 6:47 left in this opening half. It was all Collingwood for the first quarter and a bit. But now the last 10 minutes, Essendon have worked their way into the contest. Merritt gathered it on 50. Swings on his trusty left boot towards the top of the goal square. And it skids through for a behind. So 2 points to the margin. So Quaynor here at halfback. He's got an option over the top in Degoe. A little bit too easy here exiting their D50. He goes for the kick over the top, the side bottom. He's been their best so far in my opinion. Just takes a breath here, still side bottom, right in front of his interchange gate. He runs his full measure, side bottom, sends it towards the Telstra logo at 50. Cameron had hands onto it, couldn't take the mark. Reed took his time. Redman to Merritt. Jammed it on the left boot towards the wing and a one-on-one. Quaynor did well to just smother it, but he's turned it over to Roberts. Hobbs tried to duck under the tackler. Handball got it to Caddy. Maynard trying to tap it out of the area. Shield wraps him up. Side bottom. Handball turned it over to Merritt. He just checked his kick for the moment, but turned it over here to Lipinski. He'll take his time though. Lipinski gathered. Goes for the kick out wide to the lead and hits up Oscar Elliott. Yeah, side bottom's been good today. Goes for the kick inside to Long. So we're about to tick into the red time now. Long goes with the kick into the corridor to Frampton. He wants to give off the handball. He does. To Maynard. And they can go with the full switch here, the Pies. Finds it with Howe. He's got a couple of options short. He decides to blast it to the top of the goal square. He's got McStay who breaks away from his opponent. Did well there, Mackay to get it away. McQuarrie just couldn't take it. Roberts off the turf. Skidded past Howe. He does his time to get it. Handball to Nick Dacos. Usually a good distributor, and that's no exception. He finds Ned Long. And a chance here for Collingwood for a much-needed reply. Oh, he plays on. Gives it off to Braden Maynard. This would be something special. Great finish from Braden Maynard. He received the handball. Such a massive clubman. Kicks their 6th goal. And a much-needed one for the Pies. So back in the middle we go. Goldstein with the tap. Setterfield up against Pendlebury. Setterfield trying to soccer it out of midair. Spills to Perkins. Handball missed his teammate there in Durham. Did well there, Dacos. But he's given away the free for under the legs. Oh, I don't know about that. That's a shit decision. So Perkins will take it. Goes with a wide, very wide looking kick to Gresham. He wants to go. He looks at Crisp. Says, I'm going to go inside the forward 50. Kicks it across his body. Durham, great gather, handball to Kako for his first ANZAC goal, smothered. Frampton fumbled, and now Collingwood can take a few moments. Side bottom, handball over the top to Perryman. He takes a bounce. That's a little bit illustrious. He goes with a kick down the wing towards the one-on-one. Staying in front, good mark from Reed. So Reed just works the kick back. Taking their time here, Essendon. Not wanting to bomb away. The kick was not very good. Up the field to Roberts, and it skids out of bounds. 3.5 minutes left in this first half. It's been a roller coaster to say the least. So back in the ruck. Goldstein and Cameron. Cameron with the tap down. Dacos, good wrap-up tackle on Setterfield. So Goldstein up against Cameron in the ruck once again. Goldstein with the taps. Shield couldn't gather it. Setterfield out of midair. Almost. And now Pendlebury. Handball just missed his teammate. Good tackle though on the counter. Hobbs and then turns it over to Frampton. Now side bottom. A low ball down the wing. Skids along and runs out of bounds. They'll take that there, Collingwood. Side bottom just making his way off the ground after a brilliant first half from him. So back in the ruck we go. Cameron slaps it out of the ruck contest. Gathered by Roberts in the end. Furthered handball. He'll get the 1-2 here, Archie Roberts. He ducks past the tackler. Had Merritt riding shotgun. Decides to drive it inside the forward 50. Wasn't a great kick though. And Howe will take the mark. Goes to the switch kick here. Finds a teammate. Gives off the handball to Maynard. He goes with a long kick up the wing. McGrath reads it well. He's been good in that one-on-one contest against Hill all day. McGrath short kick to Langford. He's got a few options inside the forward 50. In the pocket all on his own is Harry Jones. So good work there from Essendon. Collingwood answered the first real charge from the Bombers, but Essendon staying in touch. So Harry Jones, he's tucked up in the right forward pocket. It's a good space here for a left footer. An Essendon man his whole life. He'd been dreaming of kicking goals on the MCG for the red and black. He comes in, he kicks it out to the left-hand side, and it won't score. Cameron takes the relieving mark. So a minute 45 left in this opening half. Can Collingwood get a late goal? He switches the kick. Oh, Maynard made a bit of a mess of it, but he took the mark in the end. He goes back across goal to Josh Dacos. So Josh Dacos coming up for his 22nd disposal of the opening half. Goes with a short ball here, so Collingwood just holding it up here in the defensive 50. Not looking too much like they want to just burst forward here. They just want to take their time. Long kick towards the one-on-one. McStay couldn't take the mark. Lipinski threw that almost out there to Elliott. He eventually runs away. Kicks it towards the 2-on-1 here for a great option here, and Ridley just took that away from Hoskin Elliott. So they're just holding it up here, the Bombers, with Zach Reed. Goes back to Ridley. That wasn't paid to 15. I would not think so. So he works it up here. Great spoil from McStay. Just keeps it in their forward half here. Hasn't done much in this first half there, Daniel McStay, but great defensive pressure. So both teams still with an opportunity to just get a late score. So Goldstein with the tap. Dersma was there. So was Durham. Just body lined it. Handball away. Turned it straight back over to his opponent in Dacos. Pendlebury. Further inboard to Degoe. To now Quaynor from outside 50. This would really hurt. He's kicked it wide and way too wide out on the full. So 33 seconds left. Will Essendon want to go here? Zach Reed has the footy. He goes with a very wide-looking ball. It's almost inch perfect for Zach Merritt. Just ran over the top. The Hot Pies. They've been okay in the last few minutes, but Essendon been able to fight their way back. So last chance here for either side. Tap down from Goldstein, spills to Pendlebury. Try to get rid of it. Dersma runs it towards the boundary line. Happy to see it out. Collingwood would love a late goal here. They dominated, I would say, almost majority of the first half, other than a 15-minute burst from the Bombers. So Essendon would love the scoreline right now. 19 seconds remain. Cameron with the tap. Goes towards Merritt and Lipinski. Merritt sits on top of it, wrapped up by Degoe. And another ball up. So probably only Collingwood could score from here. So both teams would be puffing a lot right now. Handball at the back here, Pendlebury. Merritt with a quick handball back towards right. It skids off his boot. Found a Setterfield who dribbles it down the boundary line. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. But that will be the opening half done and dusted at the MCG. Anzac Day, a massive game. The 100-year anniversary of Anzac Day. And right now, the game's living up to the hype. At halftime, the Pies lead by 8 points. 6-5-41. Lead Essendon 5-3-33. All right, guys, we'll be back in about 20 minutes with the second half. G'day, guys. Welcome back to a new episode of the Boundary Riders podcast, episode 109. Of course, so much to talk about today. We're going to be covering the sentencing regarding Noah Bolter, some injury updates, AFL preview to round 7, AFL fantasy chat, of course, and much, much more. So let's roll the intro and get straight into it. Welcome to the Boundary Riders podcast, your one-stop shop for all your AFL content needs. He looks at his options, and Jack Ginnivan says, boys, you brought me to the club to do just this! But this guy has flog written all over him. From a tap down, Reed sprints away from Petrarca, leaves him in his wake, takes a second bounce, takes a third. The sheer arrogance of Harley Reid. Finish the job, young man! So let's get into the footy news from the week that was. So guys, my brother is here this week. He decided to join us. I think it was just because Port Adelaide beat the Swans, to be honest. But
yeah, I just wanted a bit of bragging rights.
Yeah, of course. Wanted to come in and rub it into me, apparently. But good win from Port Adelaide in the end. Get their season up and going, sort of. I mean, probably their second hardest win of the year so far, if you count it on opponents, because Hawthorn was probably the best so far. But you probably haven't been here since those 2 wins in a row. Port Adelaide. I mean, is it time to sign Ken? Is it just over now? Fuck yeah, Josh Carr.
Fuck the succession plan. Throw it out the window. What's the point?
I think it's that point.
Man.
Yeah, Ken's enough. I think enough.
Yeah.
What do you think about all that sort of stuff at the moment? I know, obviously, they're not going to change that, but interesting that Port Adelaide have risen the last couple of weeks.
No, it's a nice change of pace, but it doesn't really change it. It doesn't change anything that Port's fans have had over the last 10 years, well, especially the last 5 years as a supporter. They know that Port Adelaide haven't been able to take the next step, so why would they expect it this year?
Yeah, I mean, it would be amazing if Ken Hinkley if Port Adelaide went all the way and won the premiership. That's obviously a long way. But, I mean, that would be amazing if he was able to do that in his final year.
Oh,
yeah. We'll talk about the Sydney Swans a little bit later regarding their start to the season. But let's get into a couple of news topics. So, first of all, I mean, it's not great news, but it's better news than what it could have been. Sam Darcy's injury on the weekend. First time I saw it, I thought, oh, fuck, it's over. That's a whole season done. Thought it was an ACL. However, as most people have known by now, he has escaped that torn ACL. He still requires surgery after a fracture to his knee, so he's expected to miss at least the next 3 or 4 months, but the season is still alive. I mean, the best case scenario, I would say, regarding Sam Darcy.
100%. When you saw the injury, you thought that's ACL every day of the week, and we wouldn't see him.
Yeah, the fact that he hobbled the way he did and kind of almost came off with a little bit more of a walk up kind of told me, because usually when people say they've done an ACL, they feel the immediate pain and then they feel like they're okay.
Yeah,
that's what it kind of looked like for me with Sam Darcy. I was like, oh fuck, he's gone. That's it. But apparently, seems like it's okay
regarding it. I mean, you don't really hear think of, oh, thank God he's done a fractured knee, do you?
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank the Lord. Anyway, so goodish news on the Bulldogs front. We're interested to see how they go in the next couple of weeks, especially with Aaron Norton being now their main man. Jamara's not coming back anytime soon. So, I mean, that's also a bit of a news talking point. People are saying now that the Jamara situation is getting unsalvageable. I can't see him being at the Bulldogs next year.
No.
I think it's all over. I mean, what AFL club would really want to risk it at this point? Like, it seems like no Victorian club I don't think would want him necessarily because of the fact that the media scrutiny on him this year has been palpable, to say the least. And I just don't think that he would be able to deal with that at any other club. And at the moment, I mean, Sydney have been the team linked to him, but if I'm a Swans fan, I wouldn't personally want him there, the way he's acting at the moment. You know, you see him on social media posting all this sort of stuff, and it's like, do you want that a part of your club?
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's going to be going for a bit of money too, you would suspect. I mean, I don't really see Jamara moving as a rookie-listed player.
No.
So, as a Port fan, obviously he wouldn't be coming here, but would you want to risk it for the potential of a great talent from what have you seen?
No, I wouldn't. I think that's it wouldn't be great for culture, I don't think, for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you sitting there in the twos being behind Jamara because, you know, after what he's done at this club, especially look at the Bulldogs as well. I think they have dealt with it pretty well, considering. I don't think they could have done much more. And I think at the end of the day, the Bulldogs, it's going to be they're pretty hard done by out of all of this. I mean, a lot of the time I tend to lean on the side of the player, but what Jamara has been doing, you know, I don't believe a lot of the stuff that's been coming out about him, but like from other people. Like I remember putting out Tik Tok got like 130,000 views, and a lot of the comments are like, "Oh, he's fucking done this, he's done that." It's like, and your reasoning or your source for that is, "Oh, I heard about it." Oh, okay, good, bro. So I mean, that's what we're all going to believe. We're going to believe you in the comments of a TikTok comment. But anyway, it is a bit interesting regarding how much speculation has been surrounded about it, all the, narratives that have been brought about, but I think the main point to take away is that I don't see him at the Bulldogs.
No.
In the next, I don't see him there in 12 months. I mean, I'll be very interested to see what club would want to take him. I mean, the talent is there, but you'd have to work through a lot to even suggest maybe bringing him back. Another part one on the injury front is Elliot Yeo. So the last 3 weeks, apparently, he has been listed that he's 4 or 5 weeks away. Now, I guess you can kind of make that point. It's like, 2 weeks in a row that he's 4 or 5 weeks away. Because you're like, oh, he was actually 5. Oh, now he's kind of 4. But it's the same. It's a very much a Geelong move of not changing of just leaving it very vague. Yeah. Now, I personally don't know if you really... I don't know if supporters really... should 100% know. I don't know. Is that really a thing that we should know 100% like when players are coming back?
Oh, I think there should be better. There should be better ways of doing it because, like, what's the harm in like what? Because clubs, the opposition club knows. Oh shit, Bontempelli's back next week, or Bontempelli's back in 4 weeks. Oh wait, no, it's now 2 weeks. It's like, yeah, like yes, you can plan for it. But yeah, I mean, you're looking at the Cats as well. I think every single game bar round 1, they've made a late change. No, I think it is every round.
Oh, they made it every single round.
I think it is every single round. They've made at least one. They've done a one late change.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
No, I think that needs to be looked at. Yeah, I think because that's not really fair on anybody.
Yeah. Now I guess sometimes teams need to make a late change. That's more than fair, but I don't think. That's the thing. Even if you said, no, you can't make it a late change unless it's injury, people are just going to start saying, oh, he had calf soreness or something, and he'll be back the next week. Oh, so, yeah. I mean, you can't even... I think maybe the point now, maybe, where it gets to... You get only 2 emergencies, and then maybe you get 1 big guy, 1 small guy. Maybe that's the case instead of 3. Or you got to make a late change. You can't make any 2 hours, like 3 hours before the game. Maybe that's something you have to do, or... I don't know. It just seems that it's very weird that teams are being very sheepish now about late changes, and it seems I don't know. I don't know if it's 100% unfair, but it does seem very sheepish.
I think that I don't know, like especially to the Cats who've done it every single week this year. I think there needs to be because let's be honest, who does it more than 4 times a year? 4 or 5 times a year. I think not many other teams have done it.
Yeah.
So
I think there maybe the point of like there's a cap on it.
Yeah.
Of maybe like you could make this amount of late changes throughout the year, maybe, and then that gets reset in finals. I don't know, but I think there is a point that there needs to be a lot more. There needs to be a lot less vagueness on the fact of your team selection. And like, what's the point of selecting a team if you're just going to make a change before the game starts?
Yeah, besides conditions, like if it's pelting down rain, you don't need 4 tools. So then you make a late change, obviously.
But I mean, then you should probably already know the weather's coming.
Yeah, exactly. You should know that. Oh well, the teams come out Sunday. Okay, well, it's going to be 90% chance of rain. I know that they're not going to have a. What's the point of having tools?
Yeah, having 4 different tools. I mean, I think that's probably fair enough. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I personally would probably just get rid of the sub, if I'm being honest, and just have 5 players on the bench. But that's neither here nor there. And finally, Essendon's on bad news for injuries, or really bad ones, I guess. Essendon obviously have confirmed that Sam Draper has ruptured his Achilles and will most likely miss the rest of the season, which does mean that Todd Goldstein now basically was put in like the VFL team for the majority of the year and was only going to be there out of necessity. And now, 6 rounds in, he's right in there.
He's the main man.
He's the main man. Well, Sam Draper just seemed to be ready to go this season. He played up forward. Nick Bryan seemed like the guy. But then he went as the sole ruck the last week and a half, and he looked like anything. Anything could happen this year for Sam Draper. He's kicking goals. His marking around the ground was brilliant. Honestly, looked like he could potentially be a top 5 ruckman at the end of the season. And then this happens. What's wrong with all the injuries?
Yeah, it was. It was probably the worst position for Essendon to get
an injury.
Within 2 weeks, both their ruckmen go down.
Yeah, with season-ending injuries.
Yeah, with season-ending injuries. The good thing about they're bringing in Goldstein, elite ruckman.
Yeah, I mean, if your third string ruckman is Todd Goldstein, I'd probably take it.
Yeah, so that it's not the worst thing in the world that they have had to go to Goldstein, but the thing is, how many weeks is Goldstein going to be able to hold up?
Yeah,
a row.
I think they have one moral player, Vizentini. I think
it's
Dante's brother or something. Yeah. So that's their last ruckman hope. Maybe they could chuck him in for a week against maybe the West Coast Eagles again, but I don't know.
Or maybe they have to play Peter Wright as a ruckman for 1 week.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be interesting what they do.
Yeah, I think that I just really unfortunate for Sam Draper. I mean, it'll be interesting. It could even be his last year in Essendon colours too, because he is a free agent at the end of the year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how the Crows and what Adelaide will.
From my understanding, he was maybe a month ago. He was close to re-signing with the Bombers. That's what I thought it was, and that's where I remember seeing reports of it. But obviously, being an SA boy, Adelaide desperately are looking for a ruckman to replace Riley O'Brien. So I think it's either going to be out of Essendon and the Crows. I don't really think Port Adelaide are going to go necessarily hard for him.
Not with the fact is they have Jordan Sweet and
Ivan Soldo
and Vizentini, who's had a good couple of games when he's played in the seniors.
So yeah, I think one thing that Draper does have on his side though is he has performed pretty well up forward this year. So, and I love his set shot goal kicking too.
I wish I saw that at Gather Round, but he just didn't get an opportunity.
Yeah. So a couple of good news stories on the Melbourne point of view for injury. It does seem that Stephen May should be all good to go for Anzac Day Eve against the Tigers in a couple of days. And Judd McVie looks expected to join Stephen May in the lineup after suffering a serious hamstring injury in the preseason. So 2 very important players for the Demons returning on the weekend. We'll get to the preview of the tips in a moment. But I just wanted to quickly talk about opening round. There's been some hypothetical opening round suggestions. So one that Fox Footy brought out was that a game would be on Thursday between Brisbane and Hawthorn, up at the Gabba, obviously. Friday would be Sydney and Geelong at the SCG. Saturday would be the Gold Coast up against Essendon and the Gold Coast. Saturday night would be the Giants and the Bulldogs. And then Sunday would be the traditional game between the traditional rivals between Collingwood and Carlton. To set it all up. I just think scrap it altogether, to be honest.
What's the point? If you're going to play 5 games now, you might as well make the bloody whole thing a round. Make it round 1 and do that.
Yeah.
For round 1, what would be so bad about that?
Yeah. I just think at the end of the day, they should just you can call it whatever the fuck you want. I think they should just start at round 1. That's the whole point. And then if you're gonna do this, do it as a split round, do it as something. I don't know, but I think at the end of no one really wants what's they're serving up at the moment.
No.
I mean, at this rate, I don't know why they just don't do this for half a round and then the next week have 2 games in Perth and 2 games in Victoria. Make the SA teams travel because they get gather round. Maybe that would be a way to do it. I don't know. I mean, there's 18 teams at the moment. I think that's how you'd probably be able to do it. And then we get up for the next week.
Yeah.
If that's how you want to do opening round. At the end of the day, I think they should just scrap it all together. But, I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. The AFL seem pretty hot on it to say they want to keep it. So
they want to cash in on it, but to be honest, I don't.
I think it just sets an unfair... It already puts an unfair advantage onto teams at the start of the season. And the fixture's already unbalanced as it is. So I just don't like it at all. But let's move on. So usually we have this segment at the end of the episode, but because this story has been running the rounds around the AFL over this last couple of days, of course, the flog of the week is coming up the episode today. So, of course, most people know by now, especially this coming out on a Wednesday, about Noah Bolter. He has been handed down a sentence for his assault on a person. I'm trying to find the guy's name. I can't find it. But he basically he punched someone a night during the preseason. It was on December the 30th. He had an incident involving a person. He was with his brother and he punched the guy several times. Now, the verdict was handed down. He has got no jail time, but has been handed a conviction of, I think it's $1,800. Is that right? It's 18-month community corrections order, and he was also received a criminal conviction, a $3,000 fine, and the big one, which has confused a lot of people, is a curfew. So, he's been sanctioned a curfew where he cannot leave his house between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. for 3 months. So this will disrupt Noah Bolton's game time. When his lawyer said that will interrupt his game time, can't you take an exception? The magistrate said no. Now, the reason why the flog of the week this week is going to Melissa Humphreys, the magistrate on this this conviction, is the fact that you have given a guy who punched someone several times an 18-month community corrections order and a $3,000 fine from a guy that gets paid roughly, you'd say $800K a year. So basically, you've made him pay. He's going to be running out of toilet paper for a couple of weeks, if that even bothers him. I mean, he'll be at home a bit more because won't be going out at night. But this guy struck a person multiple times in the head and around the body as well. Could have killed someone. Yeah. Now she has made the point that Melissa Humphreys, the magistrate, said the attack was at the higher end of the medium threshold and disagreed there was a risk of death beyond a reasonable doubt. Oh, okay. So I don't think that was rough enough to kill him, but you did a medium amount. I love how we've graded this.
The same criteria as Michael Christian in the MRI.
Yeah, I wonder if he he must have had a little bit of a factor in this. So Noah Bolter's lawyer asked the court to make an exception on the ruling to allow Noah Bolter to play. So basically wanting him or allowing him to play interstate games. That's also another thing. You can't go to interstate games now.
Well, they've only got one game in that 3-month period.
Yeah, which hurts him a lot.
Yeah.
But that's just the unfairness of the fixture as a whole. But yeah, so she put her foot down on that. The magistrate saying no, get over it. She told the court that the curfew was a punitive element and said that Bolter would be required to make changes to his employment to fit the sentence, which I tend to agree with. I don't think that this should, like most other people around the world, if they do something like that, would have to deal with the consequences and don't just get away with it because they're a sports person. But that's where I also draw the line. This guy struck a person multiple times, nearly killed him, could have killed him, and he gets a 18-month community sentence or whatever. If that was anyone else that wasn't related to AFL, because when you think about it, AFL stars, especially in this country, are seen as like our A-listers.
Yeah.
He's got away with it. Let's be honest. He's got away with it.
Yeah.
And Richmond definitely may have got the flog of the week this week as well. But I think I'm giving it to this person because they very much treated him like a star AFL footballer rather than a person who's in society. Now, I don't like to necessarily bring up... I've said this a lot of times. Like, I don't really like the role model way of looking at things, just because I think that at the end of the day, they are human and they can do things that they want. And if they're not hurting anyone, I don't think it's that big a deal. When you give the finger to someone like Bailey Smith did over the weekend, like he faked like this or whatever, I don't give a fuck if he does that. Who cares? Get over it. He hasn't hurt anyone. But when you're...
Alrighty, guys, we're moving back into positions for the second half. Of course, Collingwood still lead it by the 8 points at half-time after a great second quarter comeback from the Essendon Football Club. The players are now ready to go for the third quarter, the second half. And here we go. So from the bounce down, Dacos up against Merritt. He got the kick away, but only went about a few metres. Shield fumbled and bumbled, eventually socketed off the ground to Nick Dacos. It tumbles inside the forward 50. Good mark from Reed. Hope we win the next half. When they win the game, I'll be happy. Oh, that's fair enough. So Martin kicks a low ball down the wing for Wright. Good strong hands. Started to dry up a little. Really wet conditions in the opening half. Wright goes towards half forward. The numbers are with Essendon, but Maynard put a fist straight through the footy and out of bounds. So everyone's just taking a little breath in the early proceedings of the second half. If we get a game like this for the rest of it, we'll all be settled for a treat. Socket out of midair there by Merritt, gathered by Nick Dacos. He works backwards, then comes back inside. The handball missed long, and now Shield, handball forward, skids past Dacos, gets the right. Shield happy to just take that over the boundary line. Frampton just happy to push it over. So Essendon have the early territory. So Durham's gone next to Nick Dacos once again. How you doing, Hazzy? What are you up to this afternoon? So throws it back into play. Right. A little deft tap down there to Shield. Couldn't gather it. Gresham after it. Socketed out of midair towards Kako. Skids towards Caddy. He tried to dodge a tackle. A good tackle, though, by Harry Perryman. Wasn't letting him go. So Perryman just goes laterally. Finds Frampton. Doesn't have a lot of options here, Billy Frampton. Eventually sees a little lead up. Just had too much on the kick, though. Hits the ground. Who's going to get there first? It's Dacos. Merritt happy to wrap him up. Maynard, handball through to side bottom. Socketed off the ground, trying to at least. Was held without it. Langford on the up there to Caddy. Dersma, chiseling ball. Turned it over to Frampton. Ball up. Just watching the footy. Who are you going for, man? So Billy Frampton has it in the back pocket. He's going to go long again. High up and under ball. Who's going to get there? Goldstein tried to put a fist through it, but Ben Mackay claims the mark. Just goes back for a moment to Reed. To Pryor. So at the moment, the Bombers have worked it all the way back to centre half back. So Pryor goes with a very wide looking ball from Mackay, but turns it over to Myercheck. You've been playing football on the halftime. You've been playing football. Goes to the kick over the top to Lipinski. They've got numbers on the inside. One of them's Nick Dacos. He runs his full measure. Sends it inside the forward 50. Not a very good kick, though. Cut off there by Reed. It's been good today, Zach Reed. They want to go here, Essendon. Martin on the inside. Not a great kick, but Durham's good enough for it. Goes to the long wide ball to Merritt. Takes the grab. He plays on immediately, Merritt. The captain drives it inside towards the one-on-one. Caddy! Coming of age. Takes a great mark against Billy Frampton. And a chance here to get it back to within 2 points. Centimetre perfect, that kick from Zach Merritt. And now Caddy around the body, kicks a nice goal. First goal of the second half, Essendon, and he rallies the troops. So great work there from Essendon to work it on that outer wing. Nate Caddy hits the scoreboard for the first time today. So back in the middle we go. Shield was held without it. Umpire says play on. No, non-controlling umpire gives the free kick to Dylan Shield. So Essendon threatening to take the lead for the first time. Gives the handball at the back. Ridley, short little ball to the lead up. Caddy had to get the hands out. Couldn't take it in the end. Gresham over the top to Dersma. Has a few options. Short little Chisler finds Isaac Kako. Essendon, where has this come from? 15 minutes into the second quarter, this game looked like it had 100 points written all over it. Essendon have fought their way back and a chance here to take the lead. So Kako, like the previous goal scorer in Nate Caddy, their first Anzac Day clash. Kako had the 6 touches so far, yet to trouble the scorers. He comes in with a slow approach, and the kids are living up to the hype. Bombers hit the front. One of the youngest teams this week up against one of the oldest, and the young kids are coming to light. So back in the middle we go. Goldstein with the tap down. Setterfield couldn't grab it, but Durham does. Gives it back to Merritt. He drives it inside the forward 50. High ball. Who's going to get there? Frampton with the spoil. Perryman back to Dacos to Lipinski. And now they can repel off halfback. Short little kick. Hits up Dacos. This is Nick. So they hold it up here, the Pies. So Durham's had the better of that matchup since quarter time. Sends a high ball towards the wing. And McStay was there. Reed. Little tap onto Ridley. Dozma. Handball to the toes of Perkins. He gathered it okay, but the steal from Quaynor. Handball forward. Good 20-metre ball to Bobby Hill. This is his first touch of the game. And it's a nice one to Jamie Elliott on the lead. He's got an option over the top, leading into a little bit of space for Segoe. But Bobby Hill takes the mark. Hardly seen it. In fact, before the last 2 moments, Bobby Hill has not seen the ball to half-time. But the great small forwards may not have their best days, but they can take their moments. So for Collingwood to regain the lead, Bobby Hill, he stood up in the big moments on the MCG. He stood up to the biggest, but he misses a big opportunity there. Leaves it to the left-hand side for a minor score. So now the Bombers can get it outside of their defensive 50. Roberts with a long ball. Spoiled to the ground by Frampton. Reed couldn't get a handball away. DeGoey trying to break a tackle. Good tackle though from Pryor. And now Essendon can go on the counter. Caddy runs against the grain. Swings onto his right boot. A high up and under ball. Kako has to give a contest and he did. Goldstein couldn't keep it in front of him. Houston on the up to Frampton. Long handball. Now Collingwood can get a true good inside 50, but the kick from Lipinski skids across the turf. Gathered by Pryor. Goes with a long ball, but not a very good one. Cameron sits in the hole. So Darcy Cameron has the footy. Goes with the kick inside. Nice little ball to Houston. Hasn't seen a lot of it today, Dan. Houston hasn't had his long raking kicks to go 50-metre darts. Hasn't had a lot of them today. He can have a couple of big moments, though, in this second half. He kicks it towards the pocket. Membry stands underneath it. Gets out the back door to Bobby Hill. Tucked up in the pocket. Nothing's against this guy. He may have just kicked goal of the year. Has hardly seen it all day, Bobby Hill. But he has a kick in the pocket. Tucked up against the gutter. And he's kicked a miraculous goal. What a kick from Bobby Hill. May well have just kicked goal of the year, Bobby Hill. Has hardly seen it. And in the last few minutes, he sparked the pies. Takes a little bow on the boundary line, and why wouldn't you? What a goal. That's what footy's all about. Right now, I'm probably going Collingwood. I still trust them in the big games. So back in the middle we go. Cameron with a tap down, side bottom. Wrapped up by Shield. Two veterans of the game. And a ball up. So back in the mark. Once again, right with the tap towards Durham. Breaks away. Free kick's been ripped out here. Could be 50 here for Collingwood. It won't be. It'll be Nick Dacos'. It'll be side bottoms free, I believe. It will be. So side bottom just racking them up for fun. He goes with a short little ball to Pendlebury. So Pendlebury runs his full measure, sends it to the top of the goal square. Numbers here with Essendon. Good mark from Ridley. He's been good today, Jordan Ridley. He stood up in the first half when they were down. He's done really well. Short little ball finds Pryor. Pryor doesn't have a lot of options here. He just goes down that wing once again. High up and under ball. Caddy is there. Couldn't bring it down. It gets out the back and skids out of bounds. Right in front of the interchange gates, that one. 12 and a half minutes still left to go. What a bunch of highlights we've had in this third quarter, though. Caddy's kicked a brilliant goal. Kako hit the board. Got them in front for the first time. Bobby Hill kicks goal of the year at the moment. And we sit with a 3-point lead of the Pies. From the stoppage, Pendlebury handball over the top to Nick Dacos. Trying to take the high one, didn't get it. Long, socketed off the ground, turned it over to Roberts. Setterfield got a kick away around his opponent. Skids out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw in. Dacos only had the one touch in this third quarter. Yet to really see it. Coming with the tap down. Trying to gather it off the turf. There was Pendlebury, but Setterfield rides him like a horse. And another ball up. Cameron with the tap. Dacos, great gather. Got a handball away only just towards Houston. Quick little give to Long. Just wasn't ready for it though. Going there was Redman. Long and Pendlebury. Neither could get it out of there, but Hobbs, he's the clean one. Sends it towards the 50. Quaynor going back with the flight. Couldn't take the mark. Caddy tracks it. Almost took his player out there, Quaynor. Umpire tells them to play on. No, he didn't. He gives the free kick away. So Caddy will take the free kick just outside the forward 50. Essendon players starting to track inside. He's got a few options here. Caddy, it's a wide. Oh, it's not a very good kick. And Hill cuts it off at centre half back. He's starting to burst with confidence at the moment. Bobby Hill looks up the field, looking for an option. On the lead up is Elliott. Right in the centre square. He's got a few options. Gives off the handball to Dacos. Further on now to Lipinski. Looks at his options. Sees the lead up and hits Tim Membry. Well, he started the game well, Tim Membry. Hit the scoreboard. Has hardly seen it since then. The kick from Caddy just wasn't the option. It opened up the field for the Pies on the turnover, and they eased it inside their forward 50. So Tim Membry, one of the best set shots in the game. Can he live up to the 90,000 crowd today? He stands down a big task. From outside 50, he comes in, and he's left it out to the right-hand side. I'm a Sydney Swan supporter. Mansfield Magpie. I'm a Sydney Swan, yeah. I don't know if you can see it in the background. There's a Swans thing up there. So he goes for the kick down the wing. Right, Caddy was there, got pushed a little. And he's got the free kick in, Caddy. So Caddy starting to get around the ball a lot in this third quarter. He runs away, goes for the kick up the wing, but it's not a very good one. Too much on it for Perkins, who got a deft touch onto it to get it out of bounds. Well, it's interesting what Essendon are going to do here because their sub is still Jai Menzies, such an important player for them up forward, you would think, in this game. But it's going to be hard to see who they sub out. So with the tap down right, straight to the goalie. He'll break away from the stoppage to Long. He goes with the inside out, a kick towards the 50. Elliott is there. In fact, it's Membry. Spills out the back door to McStay. He tried to tap it on, looking for an option. Long handball to Long, eventually. No pun in that. Goes with the handball back inside to Pendlebury. He went inside, ducked on the outer. Kick across his body to Crisp just outside the forward 50. Don't know if he has this kick in him here, Jack Crisp. He's looking around, trying to find someone. Today he equals the most consecutive games by an AFL footballer. He points to the top of the goal square. He looks for a flyer. Spoiled by right, but then Jamie Elliott skids across the turf like a good poaching striker. Gets a little deft touch onto it, and Collingwood break out to a 10-point lead. Peter Wright had to get a better hit on that. The Essendon defenders weren't ready, and Jamie Elliott, like a good small forward, finds himself in the right spot. He almost missed it, Jamie Elliott. I think it hit his bottom of his shoe to actually just get it through, but that's all it needed. Well, they've been heavily challenged, Collingwood, but Essendon just down by 10 at the moment. Collingwood again just flexed their muscles. So back in the middle. Goldstein took it out of the ruck. He says, I'll do it myself. The veteran ruckman sends it inside the forward 50 for Wright and Frampton. Brings it to the ground. Kako with a great gather. The handball to Martin. Looking for the 1-2 is the young kid, and Kako inside the forward 50. It may work. Just out of the grasp of Gresham. Houston overran it. Hobbs with the pickup. The driving ball towards goal. There's a great response. Wasn't pretty off the boot, but the result is all that matters. Essendon back again. That's what your grandpa goes for? That's funny. My grandpa actually goes for Collingwood. Well, he did anyway before he passed away, but still. He was a huge Collingwood fan. Well, he was a huge Port Magpies fan. We're from South Australia, but he barracked for Collingwood when he started following the AFL. So back in the middle once again. Goldstein with the tap. Shield out of midair. Just socket it forward a good 20 metres. Lipinski gathers it well. Handball inside to Long. Further towards Houston. Hit the toes. Merritt chugs after it. Worried Houston out of it, but Long further back to Perryman. Gets a kick on his away, but it's very wide. Too wide out on the full. So Hobbs, further back here to Roberts. So Roberts now just up the wing towards a pack of players. Wright couldn't get there. Caddy wrapped up. He's been influential in this third term. Tap down from Goldstein. Merritt tried to slap it away from DeGoey. Shield, Dersma, Roberts. Good smother. Did well there, Collingwood, just to get that one out of bounds. Hoskin Elliott there with the pressure. Tap down towards Lipinski. Feigned a handball on the inside, then just jammed it on the boot towards half forward. Reed is there, so is Elliott. Membry slaps it forward. Reed just easing over the boundary line. Zach Reed's been good today. First Anzac Day clash for him. And he has been really good in that defensive 50. Goldstein with the tap. Merritt slapped it away from DeGoey. Crisp, Pendlebury. Now Dacos. Back to Pendlebury. Trying to look for Dacos, just too wide. So it's 4 points to the margin. 8 minutes still level. 7:51 to be specific. Umpire throws it back into play. McStay tried to take it out of the ruck. Gave the handball back to Pendlebury. He ducks past Goldstein. Looks for an option inside the forward 50. Elliott was all on his own. Just had too much on the kick. Just not on the same wavelength there, the two Pies veterans. And he goes out of bounds. So inside the Pies forward 50. Goldstein takes it out of the ruck. He's really starting to show his age in this second, his experience in this third quarter, but the kick turned over and taken by Jeremy Howe. Howe's kick, nice to find Long. So just outside the forward 50 in Ed Long. He's pointing to go long, it seems. We'll see if that's where his target is. It was towards Myercheck, who's there. Mackay went up, didn't get a hand onto it. Now Hoskin Elliott did well. Handball to Membry. Further back here to Perryman. Snapping ball towards the top of the goal square. Spoiled through by Mackay. Yeah, this one's for South Melbourne now, Sydney, yeah. Was he at South Melbourne? I was assuming he's a South Melbourne fan. So 5 points to the margin. To Shield in the back 50. Gives off the handball. Try to get the kick away there, Setterfield, but it was smothered. Jack Crisp, ever dangerous. Low little darting kick and finds Elliott in the pocket. You just can't give this team too much space, and they just work it out here, Collingwood. It's why they're on top of the ladder. Been big today, Jamie Elliott. 15 touches, hit the scoreboard. He comes around the body, and he snaps it through like ever dangerous small forwards do. And Collingwood break away to another 7-point lead. Jamie Elliott gets his third goal of the day, being one of Collingwood's best. So now Essendon up against a big deficit at the moment in terms of the match in this third quarter. They just seem to be breaking further in front. And now Hill slaps it over the top to Dacos. He's been shut down a bit by Durham, but a great looking kick. Hits the goalie. And that's what the great players do. just hit their targets. And Agoe quickly eases around the body, and Collingwood break out to a 17-point lead. Not much Pryor could have done there. To go, just too big, too strong. And Collingwood just started to reinsert themselves as a better team at the moment. So the rain starts to pour once again. Collingwood were at their best in this game when the rain was pouring. Can they reassert themselves again? With a tap down, Goldstein missed the run of Merritt. And now side bottom, quick boot to ball. Wide it goes. McCreary in a one-on-one. Up against Roberts. Roberts did well, but then went to ground. Jones gets there. Dragged down by Lipinski. And it's a ball up. So Lockie Sullivan starting to warm up on the bench. He's the sub for the Pies. Jai Minty, sub for Essendon, yet to be used. Tap down, tries to go towards Shield, wrapped up, got a handball away. A little bit dangerous. Jones tried to tap between his legs, ball up. Oh, okay, that's fair. Goldstein with the tap. Merritt further back here to Jones. He just clears it forward towards the one-on-one. Good work from Langford to body his man under it. Quaynor held without it for a moment. Now Langford wraps up Frampton. Ball gets out, but ball up. Did well there, Essendon. Need a response here, the Bombers. So from the tap down, Cameron wins it out the back. Tried to tap it on there, was long. Somehow finds it in his possession. Ball spills out. Durham tried to slap it forward. Dives for it. Couldn't get it out. Did well though. McGrath to Perkins. To Merritt, who gets shut down by Myercheck. Oh, he's given away the free kick here, Myercheck. Oh, no, he didn't. Goldstein with the tap. Perkins tried to get it off the turf. Now side bottom. Takes his time, gives off the handball to Lipinski. Merritt chases him, but he breaks away, arches his back. Sends it towards the 50. Couldn't take the mark there, Mackay, but they have the numbers. Gives off the handball. And now up and under, kick up the wing. Good mark in the conditions from Cameron. Said it a lot today, but it's been raining for the majority of the day. Darcy Cameron has it. Works it short to Josh Dacos. Hasn't seen a lot of it in his third quarter. Had a blistering first half, though. Short ball now. Lipinski. Had Nick Dacos short. Still has him. Decides to hold it and just eventually now goes to Nick Dacos after about a good 30 seconds there with no one around him. And then he just works it in short to a little pocket of space with Ned Long. So Ned Long, he's been a bit of a journeyman in his time. He finds himself in black and white now. And he comes in. It's going to hold that right goalpost. But he's loving every moment in black and white now. 23 points the margin. Bombers find themselves at breaking strain now. So from the tap down, Dacos breaks away again. He's really lifting. Sends it inside the forward 50 to the lead. To go, he couldn't get there in time. He'll try to keep it in front of him. McGrath breaks away, finds some space and kicks it away, but it's a turnover. Cameron gives it off to Josh Dacos. Little kick over the top was nice to Crisp. So the sub has been made for Collingwood. It does seem Lockie Sullivan's made his way onto the ground. Daniel McStay subbed out with a knee issue. Just Crisp, just gives it off to Josh Dacos. He'll wind up, sends it long. There's a couple of players flying. Lipinski went up, didn't get a touch onto it. Should be a unrealistic attempt, it is. So Dersma has the footy. The rain continues to pour. So Dersma sends it long. Caddy stands underneath it. Howe got a spoil just. Langford happy to be taken over the boundary line. So 23 points. Essendon threatened once again. They took the lead in the early stages of this third quarter, but since then it's been all Collingwood. So from the tap down, side bottom, feigned a handball to his mate in Pendlebury, then just dodged back inside. A tumbler inside the forward 50, got a hand to it, did well there Ridley. Little short kick to Dersma. Saved an almost certain goal there, Jordan Ridley. So Dersma goes to the very wide ball. Caddy got a touch onto it and it runs out of bounds. 2:20 left in this third quarter. Collingwood have done really well to fight their way back in front and now lead by a comfortable 23 points. The game is delayed. What do you mean by that, sorry? So it does well there, Durham. Wrapped up by Dacos. Let the ball go. Umpire says play on. Side bottom little tap onto Pendlebury. Lipinski dropped it, then fumbled it, and it runs out of bounds. Came off of his foot there, Nate Caddy. I think it's on the full, it is. So side bottom now. Runs on the outside, then kicks it toward right down the wing, and it's on the full. So now Roberts sends it up the wing. Who's going to fly? Caddy went. Couldn't get his hands onto it. It runs out the back. Runs back inside. No, free kick for an unrealistic attempt. I think it was from Nat Caddy, it was. So free kick to Frampton. So he sends it long once again, looking for a flyer. Cameron is there, got hands, couldn't take the mark though. Side bottom again. He's been really good today. Handball over the top. Durham did well to slap it away from Dacos, and it's out of bounds. Throws it back into play, the umpire. 60 out from the Pies goal. Goldstein, clean tap straight to the opponent though on side bottom. Sends it inside the forward 50, going back with the fly. Good mark from Harry Jones. I think Essendon will be okay with this margin. I don't think they won't be massively concerned unless if there's another one coming. Good mark from Josh Dacos, just stolen away from Kako. He wants to go. Collingwood want to pile on another one. He sends it high towards a pack. Jones got a fist onto it. It trickles out of bounds. Forward pocket here for Collingwood. 1 minute left. Harry Jones has a little bit of a concern here with his right ankle. Goldstein with the tap. Spills past Hill. Gets a handball away with Pendlebury. McGrath let it go. Durham back to Setterfield. Kick across his body towards Kako and Dacos. I think it was Dacos. He's claimed the mark. So Josh Dacos has the footy. Just over 30 seconds left. A late chance here for the Pies. Dacos just sets it up, hoping for someone to fly. Cameron in front. Goldstein brings it to the ground. Sutherland running underneath it. Now Pendlebury. Pendlebury just kicks it wide. So Ridley wants to go on the outer side. He sends it high, looking for someone to get a touch onto it. Maybe Caddy, maybe Langford. Langford got a spoil onto it to bring it down. Redmond did well. Runs and looks corridor. Kicks it in, does find Goldstein. He goes inside. Now Roberts. Roberts goes wide to Perkins. They could work this up here, Essendon, but they just don't have time. Siren's going to sound at three-quarter time. Essendon, 24 points. They find themselves down. Collingwood had been met challenged by Essendon in that third quarter. The Bombers took the lead, but as soon as they did, the Collingwood Football Club stood up. In a three-quarter time, they lead the Pies by 24 points. 11-9-75 to the Bombers, 8-3-51. All right, I gotta go to the toilet. Toilet for me. Ugh. The players are starting to the sirens about sounding around the ground, just indicating to get ready to get into positions. So players into position. Last quarter, Anzac Day 2025. Can Essendon fight their way back, or will it be Collingwood who run away with it? Here we go. So from the centre clearance, Dacos just left it behind. Cameron socketed off the ground. Durham gets there first. Handball to Setterfield. Finds it now with Redmond. Works the kick out wide. It's a good-looking ball, and Jai Menzies with his first touch. So Menzies just coming onto the ground for Harry Jones, off with an injury. Seemed to be that ankle concern. So Menzies drives it towards half forward. Got there, good mark from Quaynor. So Quaynor directing traffic. Just goes down on that outer wing. High ball, Cameron spills out behind him. Goldstein finds Hobbs. Further back now to Redmond. Got to get the kick away quickly. It's a dangerous looking ball, but Gresham found himself a little bit of space in the middle of the ground. He goes with the switch. Brings it towards the members' side and eventually goes long towards a one-on-one in the end for Langford. Just got to touch onto it and runs out of bounds. Did well enough. Please, Pies win. They're in a pretty good spot right now, I'd say. Umpire throws it back into play. Goldstein with the tap, straight to Durham, jammed it on the boot. High up and under ball, one-on-one inside the forward 50 for Wright, 1-2. Hits the ground and runs out of bounds. Wright did very well, just couldn't take it in his grasp. Tap down, finds it away. Now Merritt couldn't pick it up. Now Lipinski dropped it. Should be rewarded. And they are the Bombers. Great work there from Peter Wright. This would be a great start for Essendon in this final term. So Peter Wright had a brilliant game last week. Hasn't seen a lot of it today, but he takes his chance. And the Bombers get the first goal of the final quarter. Keeps the Bombers alive. So we're in the middle of the ground. It's been a free kick here going Nick Dacos's way. So he works the kick short to Pendlebury, gives it back to Nick Dacos. Handball just a little bit too far in front of him. Was good enough to gather. Quick give for the handball and Josh Dacos. He runs away from Menzies. Kicked wide, finds Elliott. It's about 55, 60 out from goal here, Jamie Elliott. He's pointing to go long. He will send it that way. A little bit lower the kick, trying to find someone. It gets out the back, and somehow Darcy Cameron, almost unopposed, has taken the grab. A bit lucky, but I'll take it. Darcy Cameron, he's been in all-Australian form, but still yet to hit the scoreboard in true fashion in 2025. A chance here to give his team back that 24-point advantage. He's been good today. 15 touches, been dominant in the ruck. A chance here to hit the scoreboard. Cameron kicks it truly. Every time they've been challenged today, the Pies, they've stood up to it, and once again, they do the same. So we go back into the middle of the ground. Collingwood almost get the clearance, but Essendon kick it the other way. Bouncing ball towards Merritt. He takes it well. Got tackled by Maynard. Quick handball. Dacos. Handball through the middle. Perkins wraps up his opponent in Sullivan. Ball up. Umpire throws it back up here. Opportunity. Essendon need the next goal. Merritt takes it and kicks it high. It's a bit of a floater. Going up there was Caddy. Couldn't take the mark, but he's got the free kick. Frampton's given it away. It was a slight nudge, but it was enough for the umpire to call it. So Nate Caddy. Such a big kick in the circumstances of this game. He's straight in front. 40 metres out. Nate Caddy kicks it truly. And Essendon stay alive. So there's been an interesting story developing at the game at the moment if you're not watching it. They've actually had... Essendon did not have communication with their bench for the third quarter because of some sort of issue with their technology, but Collingwood did. So it's very interesting. Well, I'll talk about that more post-game, but it's a really interesting breakdown for them at the MCG. I think it's probably got to do with the weather, but it's weird that it happened to one team and not the other. So the wide-looking kick, it's spoiled out of bounds. So throw in right in front of the interchange gates. 15 minutes still to play in this one. 2 goals, 1 in Essendon's favour in this final term so far. So Goldstein again up against Cameron. Goldstein tap. Hobbs had his jumper held there by Lipinski. Umpire calls to the ball up. On the wing, Goldstein tapped down. Hobbs immediately tackled. Free kick's going to be called. It's going to go Essendon's way. It is Ben Hobbs once again. Lipinski's given away a few today. So now Hobbs goes to a pack, hoping for someone. Cameron was there, couldn't take the mark. Kako, great pick up. Couple of players up against him, dribbles it. Taken by Caddy. Not enough though. Hit his knee and runs out of bounds. So it's only 18 points. Inside Essendon's forward 50. Langford up against Cameron. Merritt try to tap it to his own advantage. Hits Houston. Frampton tracking it along with Houston. And eventually they take it over for a behind. Short ball from Houston. Hits up Howe. So Howe drives it up that wing. Looking for a flyer. One of them's Cameron. Got hands. Couldn't take the mark though. Myercheck. Lipinski threw that away. Umpire didn't see it. Myercheck. In fact, it's McCreary just taken over the boundary line. So the rain continues to pour the MCG right now. It's all going to be about moments if Essendon are going to be able to steal it. Wright gets the tap. Merritt trying to get hands to it along with Durham. Did well, clean. Got the ball forward. Towards centre half forward, in fact. Kako got it spoiled by Quaynor. And in the middle, the Pies can run. Sullivan, long handball, finds Crisp. He works it on the outer side towards Hill in a one-on-one. Threw away McGrath. Should get rewarded in McGrath, and he does. So McGrath goes with the kick, but he's turned it back over. Crisp inside the forward 50 to Degoe. Costly turnover. It could cost in full in a moment. So Jordan Degoe now. About 40 metres down. Looks like he's setting up for the snap kick. So Degoe from inside the forward 50. He'll snap it towards goal. Has he got enough on it? He does, but he's hooked it too far. So McGrath goes to the members' side, looking for a right. He can't take the mark. Spills, side bottom to Maynard. He'll drive it into the forward pocket. It'll skid past Degoe and roll out of bounds. So still inside their forward 50 here, Collingwood. Can they kick a goal here and almost break the game? Myercheck just spikes it forward, off the ground. Hill didn't get a good connection onto it, and it runs out of bounds again. So still inside the Pies forward 50. It's Myercheck up against Wright. Wright taps it to the front. Pryor was there, so was Elliott. Neither could get a kick away. Ridley tangled to the ground. And now Bobby Hill up! And he hooks it across the face. That was close, though. So Essendon want to go. They just have to take every chance here. Durham has it. 19 points. Durham. Oh, it's a dangerous kick. Pryor couldn't take it. Dersma was there. Up against Hoskin Elliott. Dersma looks like he'll get the free for a high one. So Dersma just wanting to go into the middle of the ground, but he just can't. There's no options there. Howe went up, couldn't take the mark. Perryman Quaynor quickly got it onto the boot. Side bottom was there, run past him. Dersma got the hands free to Pryor. He looking for an option. He goes over the top. There's a 2-on-1 here. Langford, good mark. Has to get up, has to go. Langford looking for a passing option. He gives it to Dersma. He'll kick it high. He'll look for a fly. And Menzies didn't go. Howe took it well. Short ball finds Josh Dacos. 11 minutes still to play. So it goes long with Dersma again. He's had a few touches in this chain. Goes to the handball back to Roberts. He wants to go, but just can't find an option. Works it back to Martin, who fumbled. Has to work hard here, Nick Martin. He's up against 3 Pies. He's done okay. Roberts, hold up, and now the Pies will break. Good smother from Dersma. They won't give this up, the Bombers. Long, try to get it out of there. Tackled without it was Perryman. Handball forward to Merritt. He's usually a good user. Takes a bounce. He takes a chance. He goes long, looking for someone to fly at Caddy. Howe, spoil. And now Pendlebury breaks away again. Kick forward, and now they're away, the Pies. He goes away here, Sullivan. Takes a bounce. He's got Elliott in the middle of the ground. Goes wide. Finds Hill. He takes it. Hill plays on over the top to Elliott, who kept on tracking down the field. And Jamie Elliott, you wouldn't want it in many more hands than this guy. So Jamie Elliott, this would all but certainly knock this game off. Lock the game away for Collingwood, lock up a top spot. Jamie Elliott, 45-degree angle, 50 metres out. The moment was just set for him. Jamie Elliott kicks the sealer. And the Pies are going to go and win and take top spot. Take it outright. So back in the middle we go. Cameron with the tap. Side bottom did well. Handball to Dacos. He'll send it high towards the forward 50 for Elliott. Tapped it forward was smart. Going hard there was Membry along with McGrath. Ball bounces and tracks towards the boundary line. McGrath sees it out. So from the middle, from this forward 50 of Collingwood, ball tracked up, tackle from Pryor, Elliott is there, trying to get it out of there, are the Bombers, but they can't do so. Who's held there? Goldstein, he'll take the free. So free kicks to Todd Goldstein in the back pocket. He's been pretty good today, pretty serviceable for a guy who hasn't played senior football all year. He goes long, looking for Caddy up against 3 Pies. He couldn't get there. Hoskin Elliott wrapped up by Merritt. He did well with the tackle. Soccred forward there for the Bombers, but how to Frampton. They've just been too strong all day, the Pies. Merritt again with a great tackle on side bottom. Should be rewarded. Still isn't by the umpire, and Howe sees it out. So currently Dylan Shield off the ground with a little bit of cramp, it seems, on his hamstring. Everyone tiring in tough, grueling conditions. Good mark from Zach Reid. Take a good intercept mark. He's done well today as well, Zach Reid. A lot of the Bombers have stood up, but just have seemingly well beaten by just a stronger, more experienced side. Long kick towards a one-on-one. Good mark from Wright. Has to go, Peter Wright. He looks now. Goes towards the pocket. Looking for Caddy. Spoiled out of bounds by Perryman. 8:25 still left on the clock. If Collingwood are going to make some sort of charge, if Essendon are going to make some sort of charge, they have to do it now. So opportunity here for Essendon. Neither ruckman could get there. Martin hasn't seen it much since in the second half. Dacos, side bottom. The three best players on the ground. Low ball down the wing. Good spoil there from Reid. In the ruck again. Goldstein tapped down. Hobbs takes it cleanly, but wrapped up by Nick Dacos in another stoppage. Collingwood would love this for the next 8 minutes. Goldstein couldn't take it. Merritt tried to get the kick away. It spills to Martin. McGrath went one way, then has to duck back another. Handball wasn't the greatest at Dersma. He gathered it okay in the end, and now Mackay jams it on his boot quickly. Went for it, was right, couldn't get there. Side bottom again. He gets the handball to Sullivan. Taken to the turf by Redmond. McGrath, he gathers it. Goes with a long kick towards half forward. Right is there. One of them will take the mark. One of them's trying to claim it. It's Nate Caddy. Both the forwards there of Essendon and Caddy and Wright had hands onto it. And Caddy just took it out of the older experienced Peter Wright and said, I've got this one, mate. So Caddy, an opportunity here to keep Essendon alive in this one. He comes in, he's kicked it to the right, and it's a behind. With that kick, may well be the Essendon hopes. An even 4 goals now. Dacos in short to find Frampton. Frampton goes long up the members' wing. Goldstein with the spoil to the front. Gresham did well. Hobbs wrapped up, got a kick away only. Just though, DeGoey. He's been wrapped up, got a handball, clear Perkins. High up and under ball. Howe should get there, and he does. Ever experienced Jeremy Howe. He goes on, finds Crisp. 6.5 minutes left. Been good today, of course, Jeremy Howe. Goes with a very wide ball here, Jeremy Howe for Elliott's. Couldn't take the mark. Dersma on the handball back to Reid, short to McGrath. They can work it now, the Essendon Footy Club with Dersma. Goes long for Wright. It gets out the back. Caddy, all on his own here. He just has to be clean. He fumbles a little. Breaks past the tackle though. Dribbles it towards goal. Hits the post. He broke a tackle there. Caddy just had to get it in between the big sticks, and he drove the dribbling ball into the post. Quaynor now. Short. So Collingwood just hold it up here on their defensive 50. He's got short ball to side bottom, decides not to go there. They'll just take time off the clock here, Collingwood. High ball, looking for Cameron as a flyer. Mackay did well to get a fist onto it and hits it out of bounds. So 5:37 left. It's a 4-goal margin. Throws it back in. Goldstein try to get the tap down. DeGoey was there, did well. Breaks past one. Handball inside to Long. Further over the top now. Sullivan. Bat to Ned Long. He'll go inside the forward 50. The kick came off his side of his boot a little. It gets at the back for Oscar Elliott. He can run it in and kick the sealer. It's all over now. Hoskin Elliott has kicked it, and the Pies will go on and win. Yeah, that should have been a free kick. So no opportunity now, Goldstein with the tap. Pendlebury's there. Try to tap it on. Long did well and breaks away. Collingwood can make it hurt even more. High ball inside the forward 50 again. 2-on-2. Elliott! Too big, too strong, Jamie Elliott. Too good. Everyone fell over and Jamie Elliott stands tall. Trying to work himself into the votes now, Jamie Elliott. A chance here for his 5th. So Jamie Elliott comes around the body, snaps it towards goal, and he kicks his 5th. How good is that? Jamie Elliott's got 5, and the Pies are just continuing on their great form. So back in the ruck, Dacos tried to tap into his own advantage, was held by Hobbs. Umpire says play on though. Hobbs back to Durham, try to get a handball away. Looking wide it goes. Perkins up against Houston. Couldn't get there. McQuarrie did okay. Hobbs forward. Merritt couldn't take it cleanly and Houston takes it out. 4 minutes left in this final term. Collingwood were challenged in the third quarter. But they've been able to stand up and Essendon still being gallant, but unfortunately won't have enough today. As the ring of Collingwood goes around the MCG. From the tap, Goldstein towards Hobbs. Trying to get out of there was Perkins. Wrapped up by 2 Pies. Ball spills. Crisp is held up. From the tap, Merritt was held there for a moment. Pendlebury trying to get boot to ball. He does. High up and under ball, went about 10 metres. Redmond couldn't take it. Myercheck threw it back the other way. Perkins went to ground, breaks away from one tackler, but then dropped the footy. Jamie Elliott again. He'll get the play on here. Collingwood handball over the top from Dacos towards McQuarrie. In a running race with Mackay. Mackay did pretty well in the end. Crisp, wrapped up by 2 Bombers. And a ball up. You reckon the Pies will win? I think they've got it now. Tap down from Goldstein. Crisp. Little tap away to Dacos. He'll send it inside the forward 50. Bit of a spiral ball. Down low, Myercheck. He's been well beaten by Ben Mackay today, but he can take an opportunity to kick a goal. So Brody Myercheck only touched it 5 times today. A chance here to hit the scoreboard, get involved. He comes in, he kicks it long. Has it got the distance? You bet it does! And the Pies army rises again. A good finish there for Brody Myercheck. He kicks his first. And so there are some real concerns at the moment. They're looking into the Daniel McStay injury. He did hurt his knee. It buckled in the goal square in the second term, and it was subbed out pretty soon after it. Now, he obviously did have an ACL injury in 2023 in the prelim final, so huge concerns around that at the moment. Membry got the handball away, Dersma to Hobbs, and now the Bombers can work it up through McGrath. Little kick on the up, finds Menzie. So 2.5 minutes left in this one. Essendon goes for the long kick towards a pack. Quaynor couldn't take it. Wright runs after it there with Dacos. Wright gets there, socketed inboard, somehow to Gresham. Handballed wide, now to Caddy. He'll set up to the top of the goal square. There's no numbers though. Lipinski just got the ball in time. Works the handball out wide. McQuarrie, he fumbled. Martin, back to Roberts. Further back with the handball to Merritt. He's trying to look for a handball option. Just underground now to Martin. Back to Merritt. Quickly onto the boot. Top of the goal square. Dersma can fly. Can't take it. Taken by Menzie. Quick to Gresham. About to get shut down by Sullivan. Great tackle. They just refuse to concede the Pies. The stinginess of the Pies at the right now on full display. The kick out wide from DeGoey. Too far wide. Out of bounds. So back in the ruck we go. Goldstein got a fist to it. Wide it goes for side bottom to gather. He's got an option with the handball. He gives it in the end towards Pendlebury. Be too good, these two guys. They've had nearly 800 games of experience between them. The kick wasn't so great. Turned over to Martin. Kick short. Finds his teammate there in Perkins. He goes into the corridor. It's a dangerous looking kick. Redmond couldn't mark. He did okay though. Sullivan dove for it, couldn't get there. McGrath to Dersma. Handball just missed him in the end. Works it up in the end to Redmond. He can find a few options inside the forward 50. Didn't have enough on it. Maynard did well to spoil it out of bounds. 1 minute to go in this final term. A minute before they can celebrate a great win. Their 6th of the season. From the tap, right. Nick Dacos takes the ball, runs away. Handball inside to his brother in Josh. He goes wide with the kick. Marked. Oh, he couldn't take the mark in McQuarrie. Just stumbled over, lost his headband. Over now, Lipinski. Waiting, has some time. Works the kick forward, and McQuarrie takes the grab. So 41 seconds. Just take it all the time here they can. Collingwood forever. Yeah, they're going to be hard to beat this season. Long kick, gets out the back here, Sullivan. He's got the side bottom riding shotgun. Tucked up in the pocket, couldn't have the final moment there, side bottom. He's been good today though. Probably best on the ground in my opinion. Long kick, McQuarrie goes up unopposed. Do they want to go one more time in the Pies? He's got a short option, maybe inside bottom. He's not looking too interested. He'll set it up. Oh, it was a tumble punt of a kick. Wasn't very good at all. And eventually the siren will sound in a moment. There it goes. The Pies army will rise now once again. Listen to their song for the 6th time this season. As they sit atop the AFL ladder, the Pies win by 41 points. 107 to Essendon 66. A great win from Collingwood. They were challenged in the 3rd term, but they stood up to it, and they've won in convincing fashion. All right, guys, that's where we're going to end the stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. The review will be out on Sunday, as it always is, but really appreciate it once again for watching, listening.